Hey family, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to bring you another video on Black female leaders for Black History Month. And I think a lot of Black female leaders get a bad um, rap, I would say. Um, and I think a lot of men will say, um, Black women find it hard to let their partners lead. And I think we need to consider that um, a lot of things happen to Black women throughout history. And one major thing is we were forced to lead. So even if we hadn't chosen to lead ourselves, it was thrust upon us. We were called to do it. Um, and being called to play a major role in someone else's household, as we could look back at slavery and then also having to lead your household and for Black male figures to be removed from the home. And so I think that's a lot of the time that's not part of the discussion, that we were thrust into this role as leaders of our own household. And then, you know, I think a lot of research has talked about DNA memory and things like that. So I think a lot of us have this DNA memory of we've been leaders. How many years have we been leading? Centuries, maybe thousands of years. And then, for a person to expect someone who has been pulled into the role and had to do it, had to get great at it, um, to just relinquish the role when they had to do it. There's a lot, I think it's good to look up some of the research about DNA memory so we can look at, okay, this person is probably actually terrified to allow someone else to lead because they had to lead and it was like a matter of life or death for them, for us. And so having to do it, I feel like then it puts the partner in an awkward position because then they're like, well, why won't you trust me? Why won't you? But I think they must consider that first we were forced into this role as leaders and we had to do it. We had to do it well. It's people's lives dependent on it. And I think when we look at that, then for people to see that, think about the research on DNA memory and all of that, I think they have more compassion for Black women thinking about what we were, forced into. And then also, looking at our history from researchers like Dr. Clark, um, just looking at how Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, looking at the research and seeing that our, you know, African history was co-leading a household. So a man, Dr. Clark has talked about, and maybe also Dr. Ben talked about in videos, a man wasn't making any moves in the household without his wife, and so going back to that information, I think that is important. And I think once we look at that, like I said, people have more compassion for us as leaders, understanding what roles we were forced into, and then what roles that we are, were in naturally, and how maybe it's a better approach to co-lead, because there are some things that women are great at, some things that men are great at. If we combine, our gifts, talents, abilities, knowledge, skills, all that stuff, we can make for great partners together. Um, so I just wanted that to be something that I talked about during Black History Month, because I think it's important for people to consider. And I'm hoping everyone's having a great Black History Month, and um, thinking about things in a new way every day, learning more every day. All right. Thank you again for joining me, everyone. Looking forward to bringing you another video soon. I'm going to talk to y'all later. As always, happy lightning fast manifesting. All right. Bye for now.